Yesterday, two of us from the house here went down to Geelong to visit one of our fellow Columbans who's in hospital. And while there, his sister, who visited, invited us to the house for lunch. And we duly accepted, of course. And the house is a former presbytery. And while there, I was reminded of a well-worn joke of the young curate who went to the door in the evening to answer the doorbell, and was there for a while, and when he came back, the old priest said to him, "What was that?" He said, "Oh, it was just so-and-so, had a problem and wanted an answer, wanted a bit of help," and so on. And the old priest says, "Well, what did you do?" And he said, "Well, I think I did what Jesus would do." And the old priest threw up his hands. He said, "Oh, you didn't do that." And so today's text, we have Jesus going off into the hills, alone, to pray. And he spends the whole night in prayer. And when he comes back, he calls his disciples together and he selects 12 of them to be what was called apostles. And we have another time when Jesus also goes off alone to pray. And it's in the town of Capernaum, where Jesus, in the house of Simon Peter, the apostle, having just cured Simon's mother-in-law, and in the evening of that same day, the crowds come to the house and he heals those who are infirm and he casts out devils of those who are possessed. And they think he's marvellous. But next morning, very early, he goes off into the hills again and prays. And when he's coming back, the disciples rush out to meet him and say, "Fantastic! Everybody wants you to stay in the town. Come back." And Jesus says, "Hold it. No. The better way, I've discerned, the better way to announce the kingdom, to establish my Father's reign, is to go to the other towns and villages and announce the good news there as well." And the third one that came to mind was Jesus in Gethsemane, the Garden of Gethsemane. He arrives in the garden after the Last Supper in a mess. He is anxious, he is frightened, he is concerned. And again he goes off on his own to pray. And he prays for, it seems, about 3 hours. And then he comes back transformed. He comes back in complete control, at peace, ready to face the hour. And I was wondering, what did Jesus pray for in each of those instances? We don't know, of course, but I suggest in the first instance, as today's text, where he went off and he asked for wisdom. The gift of wisdom to choose well the 12 apostles. And he did pretty well. 11-1 is pretty good odds. And in the second one, when he went out from the house of Simon Peter, when he went out there and he discerned between two goods, he asked the Father, "Help me decide what is the better way." And he asked for courage to let go of the applause and the acclaim and the acceptance that he received in that village, to go on to other villages to announce the good news. And in the garden, I suspect Jesus prayed for faith. Trust in the Father, that the Father's will be done, even though Jesus at that stage couldn't see how that sort of surrender would realise his messianic mission and would establish the reign of his Father. And so likewise ourselves. We're so often faced with two goods and we have to decide between two goods. Yeah? How do we decide? Ask for the gift to decide. Because God is not going to solve the problem for us. Or we maybe have to face a situation that is difficult. He's not going to solve the situation or change the situation. But if we ask for the gift of wisdom or of courage or faith, He'll accompany us in that situation. And if we trust Him and allow Him in to accompany us, the same God who said, I will be with you always. Or the same Jesus who said, ask and you shall receive. Knock and it'll be open to you. So He's with us in those moments of decision or those moments of difficulty, if we just invite Him in and trust Him to gift us with what we need to live that situation to the better. God bless you, and may you have good luck on Tuesday. I don't know whether betting quite enters into this category, but all the same, go well. We'll see you next week. God bless.